Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today's video I'm here to give you 5 things which we learnt from the game against QPR where we lost 2-1 away from home. Unfortunately it is another defeat. I can't see this getting better until we make a manager change, but we could be waiting a while. As I'm recording this video, nothing has changed, unfortunately. But anyway, I'm here to give you 5 things which we learned. I've managed to digest what I witnessed last night, and we are going to start off by talking a little bit positive, and we're going to start off by talking about Zack Nelson. We've been waiting a while for a player to come out of the academy and just break into the first team, and we've finally got that with Zack Nelson. What a player he is. He was the best player on the pitch against QPR. He created 6 opportunities, 2 out of the 6 were big chances. He created the goal, which was scored by McGuinness from the corner. His set pieces were on point. Alfie, when he eventually does return back to the starting 11, I don't want to be seen taking every single set piece. Why don't we just change it about a little bit? Let Alfie take a couple, let Zack Nelson take a couple. Zack Nelson has proved since Alfie's been out of the side that he can take dangerous set pieces, so I want to see a little bit of adaptability in that department. I thought Zack Nelson's dribbling ability was amazing. We've been lacking players that are good with the ball, and any attacking involvement with Zack Nelson against QPR was brilliant. In fact, any Luton attacking display had Zack Nelson involved. It was that good of a performance from Zack Nelson, and he's such a young lad. He's inexperienced, but he is definitely taking his opportunities, and I thought it was the complete wrong decision to take him off the pitch in the second half, because after he came off, attacking wise, we were hopeless. What a performance it was from Zack Nelson, and I hope we see more of him in the near future, whether that's with Edwards being the manager or with someone else. I hope Zack Nelson is still involved within our current plans and also long-term plans as well. Moving on to the second thing which we learned from the game against QPR, and that is Thomas Kaminsky. Well, he made some fantastic saves. I'm not going to deny that at all, really. One of the saves he made was probably save of the season. It was that good. But what really frustrates me is he did walk straight down the tunnel after the game. Now, he can be frustrated all he wants. He isn't innocent in any of this, by the way. So many mistakes we make defensively does come from him not communicating with his defenders. He doesn't communicate, he doesn't command his box, he ain't good at kicking, he does impact us, so he isn't innocent in any of this. Thank you for shot stopping, but that's the only thing I actually see him do well. Anything else about his game, he just doesn't do well. I never hear him shout for anything. Even just like the basic stuff where a ball gets, lobbed over the top, and all a defender needs to do is play it back to him, or just head towards goal so he can pick it up. He doesn't even communicate in those scenarios, and it frustrated me. He needs to. I know he's frustrated because he's not keeping clean sheets, and he's got an awful clean sheet record since becoming Luton Town goalkeeper, and he's got us out of trouble plenty of times. But his performances, he ain't innocent. He does contribute to a lot of the stuff we do defensively poor. So I want him to, okay, get angry, but also remind yourself that you also play a part in it. That might be really harsh, but I'm not too happy that he just stormed off and sulked. That's not, you're in it together as a team, is what I'm essentially trying to say. Moving on to what we learn about Walters, so number 3, third thing we learned from the game. Yeah, Walters, I guess probably his worst game in a Luton shirt, I have to admit. You definitely saw the inexperience in his performance against QPR. Again, okay, yeah, we changed the formation, and he was up against a really good QPR attacker in Chair, who did cause him a few problems, but I think he caused him a few problems because Chair just didn't stay still in his position. He also managed to cut inside, and you definitely saw the inexperience of Walters. He is going to have games like that. Walters has come to Luton to play for regular first team football. He's going to learn, and he's going to learn quite quickly. And I'm sure, there will be a couple more games like this, which he had against QPR. It's about just learning as much as you can from those games. What did I do? What can I do better? What do I need to improve on, and so on. But I do think there's a really good player there, and we will see more of him in the near future, of course. But I feel like, you know, not having a consistent defence, he's only just come back from a short-term injury. It's going to maybe take a little bit of time with him. But look, I still think one for the future, but it wasn't his greatest of games in a Luton shirt. Moving on to point 4, which I want to make. Lamin Fanny. AIK fans from Sweden were posting on social media about how we were playing him as a number 10. And this is really frustrating because he is a defensive midfielder. But I say he's a defensive midfielder. I think he's going to be a box-to-box midfielder. And from watching him play, he does remind me of what Pelly used to do, especially in his early stages of his Luton career. And what I mean by that is getting the ball and progressing the ball up the pitch and just running with the ball and causing teams problems. There was a couple of occasions where he got the ball and he managed to drive into space and get a shot away. We've been lacking someone like that. There were definitely really good moments in his play. There were some good moments in terms of his passing ability. He didn't win too many battles. Maybe he was just not used to the English like physical side of the game. He will learn that quite quickly. But playing him out of position will not help his development unless we see him as a number 10, which I don't believe we should do because he is a defensive midfielder. Then yeah, just play him in his correct position. I thought that was a bit mad that we didn't do that. And then finally, moving on to point number 5, Rob Edwards subs. Again, I'm referencing his subs. His subs were mental. None of his subs actually made any sense. They came on, had zero impact on the pitch. He changed the formation as well. I just don't get him. I really don't understand him. He's done that in back-to-back games and he's not learning as a manager. And that's the massive concern. How many times has his substitutions worked since he's been a Luton manager? And don't talk about the games where we were losing and it was dead and buried and he's just done that roll, the last roll of the dice, and he's just put on 3 players and hope that we can get something from a game. Don't talk about those ones. When has he made proper subs and they've made an instant impact and actually help us win a game of football? I can't think of many games. His in-play management is so bad. So many times where we're leading a game, we make the wrong subs, we don't know how to hold on to a winning position. I just don't know what they talk about because they spend about 10 minutes trying to figure out what sub to make. And he even referenced about, oh, we made QPR make early subs. No, QPR made early subs because tactically they're better. They know how to keep hold of winning positions. You didn't make them do anything. They noticed how the game was going to go. They know what they wanted to do, so they made the decisions. They would have made those decisions regardless of what decisions we made. They would have reacted to what we would have done anyway. So I thought that comment was absolutely mental. I just want him to go. And that's where I'm going to end this video. Hopefully Edwards leaves in the near future, but I can't see it. Drop a like, comment what you learnt from the game against QPR, subscribe if you are new to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.